throughout.
So it seems like, so you have the surveys, and the surveys serve to give the executives to input satisfaction information, for you guys to receive that information, but it also seems like the mentoring process also acts in a similar way to receive satisfaction information from staff as well.
Yeah, we want to know. Yeah, we want to know how they feel about their personal job satisfaction, but also whether or not we're providing the support that we need to provide to them on a weekly basis, and how satisfied they are with us. Like I want to know how satisfied the person that I'm mentoring is with me.
Uh-huh.
And that's a key area as well. And we'll look at those to find out, hey, are you satisfied? That's great, but not only are you satisfied, but are you satisfied with the people who are providing that support to you? Are you satisfied with that as well? And are they doing what they need to do as a mentor to assist and provide that support that you need? And that's been a really key component of this whole process as well. So yeah, we've been able to uncover some of that, regarding certain situations where people didn't feel supported, right? So you have someone who is working, they're really good skill-based consultants working in the homes or in the school, but they weren't feeling like they were getting the support. Mm-hmm. So we had to make sure that we followed up and provided that support and get that process going so that they did feel supported and they weren't on that island, for instance.
So one last thing I would like to touch on a little bit is, so when I think of staff satisfaction and you're creating this open environment for staff to freely come to you and tell you about these things that are happening, and you can quickly solve them. I'm thinking about what are the critical sort of dashboard measures of your company that could be indicators that this thing is working, and I immediately think of staff turnover. And could you kind of talk about turnover at DiNovi and how maybe the mentorship program and satisfaction might contribute?
Yeah, I think there's been, not only when you look at globally, the turnover rate is low, and it's something that Brett continues to talk about and values. But there's been, for me, throughout this process, I've directly identified several staff who were talking about leaving the company or looking at other options career-wise based on some of the issues and concerns that they had with the amount of hours, for instance, or whether or not a contract was going to come to fruition for the particular school year. Mm. So there was a few staff that directly said, I was actually looking at other options because I didn't know if this particular contract was going to afford me with the hours that I needed to, support my family, pay my bills, do all these things. So I was actually looking in a different direction, where all it was just a sort of miscommunication, where they, the contract was working out. It was really secure. The staff wasn't aware that not only was the contract looking secure, but even if it wasn't, we were going to make sure that they fell to the top of the list for the next contract in place. So that was really an excellent way to directly see the impact that we had on staff turnover, because they told us that. Looking, when you talk about drilling down in the data, so you might look at a 1% or a 2% turnover rate and say that's great. For me, I was able to look at the key areas in which that could have contributed to people leaving the company, and being able to fix that and prevent it, because that's the goal, right? So when we talk about turnover, we think, okay, well, we have this turnover rate. At this point, we know that they left, but it's reactive. Mm-hmm. So, okay, what can we have done in the future to prevent it? Mm-hmm. But now it's great because we're so proactive and preventative in identifying those areas that it works really well to even not to even get to the point to where they're leaving the company. Right. Yeah, so that's